Hello my disciples, I'm Dark the Damned, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Dive into VTubers. This is the series where we discuss VTubers and their content without delving into drama or controversy. And yeah, it appears people like this series. Like Jesus, you guys are absolutely insane. Seriously, thank you all so much. So I'll keep it going. Although I will be pacing this series a bit more in the future. I want to get these first 3 done because I just have them in my head and immediately need to get them done. But going forward, I'll try and do them a little bit more periodically. Maybe once or twice a week, but we'll see. But with the 3rd episode, let's just get to the point. Let's quickly rapid fire our categories. My first thoughts. My first thoughts on the VTuber, where I first found them, when I first heard of them, etc. My opinion on their model or models. Pretty self-explanatory to be honest, but just what I feel about their aesthetic, vibe, etc. My opinion on their content. What I think of their content on YouTube, if I enjoy it, the quality, etc. And lastly, my final thoughts. Just the last couple thoughts I have at the end and my overall summary of the VTuber. But with all of that explained, who are we covering today? Well, she's remarkably fluffy, she has a bloody lovely accent, she's remarkably resilient, and she's pink. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kitsunero. Kitsunero. You're a VTuber that I've heard plenty about in the VTubing space, and I actually have watched the occasional video of yours whenever I find the time to do so. However, I've actually never seen anybody talk about her content specifically, and just her content, nothing else. That's where I come in. She gave me permission to cover her today, so thank you very much, and I'll tell you guys, she's definitely worth checking out in my opinion. So let's just get straight into it, and let's discuss my first thoughts on this floofy fox. At first glance, I thought that Kitsunero was a fine VTuber. The first thing I noticed was, of course, the fact that she's German.
I feel like most people do that because they're just like, oh, that's just a troll, you know?
A bloody lovely country and a great accent, I have to say. I'd love to go and visit sometime. The second thing that I noticed, which I actually quite like, is her calmness.
Hello YouTube. I have been told this is the internet historian's best video. And I've never seen it.
She is a VTuber who isn't bouncing off the walls like she's butt-chugged 12 kilos of G-Fuel. She's more reserved, calm, and I quite like that dynamic because there's a lot of VTubers out there who are quite energetic and over the top. So I think her being more calm is definitely a positive in my opinion. There are definitely times where you just want to chill and listen to somebody talk calmly, and I personally think that Kitsu delivers in spades on that regard. I also really like her vibe as well. I think it's quite cozy, and she's definitely a VTuber that I can chill out to after a busy day, or when I'm having something to eat. The first video of hers that I can remember checking out was her reaction to the story of the Costa Concordia. I'm in love with ships and their stories and wrecks. You can thank Bright Sun Films for that. So when I first saw this, I was like, holy crap, I gotta check this out. And when I did, I was very happy with the result, I have to say. I then decided to check out more and more of her content, and yeah, I definitely liked what I saw. But those were my first thoughts and initial impressions on Kitsunero. Now let's discuss her models, and buckle up, because there's quite a lot to say here. Her first model was quite stiff, kinda like mine I guess. But overall, my first opinion of it was, wait, Ari is a VTuber? But yeah, joking aside, I think the model itself is actually fine. She's got a tail, which can be a little hypnotic at times, but she's a fox girl model, so it's kind of the law to have one. I mean, unless you're Miyabi. Although, if I have to be completely honest with myself, I'm a little bit desensitized to pink VTubers, because I see them quite often. Now, of course, this isn't a problem with her at all, and not her model. It's just quite overused for my own taste. But overall, I really have nothing to complain about with her first model. I mean, we all gotta start somewhere, and I think she found herself a good identity to go with for the first time she used a model. This model then later got expanded on, allowing it to become more movable and animated, and she could have little things in her arms like plushies. She can put on glasses as well, which I think is a cute touch. Over here on my channel, we definitely appreciate folks who wear glasses. I myself am one of them. She also has quite a bit of outfits with this model as well, and she changed them quite frequently. Some of them I like, some of them I'm not too keen on personally, but overall you really have to appreciate the variety that she has. She certainly has an outfit for darn near any occasion, that's for sure. But the next big enough change for me to talk about is, she went chibi. Her next model is a chibified version, and it's alright. This might just be me though, but I think I prefer the larger model overall. I don't know why, but I think I just appreciate the details more on a larger model. But am I a hater? Nah, of course not. We all experiment with stuff and looks and models, and I think this was definitely a cool thing that she tried. I personally didn't gel too well with it, but I mean that's just my opinion. After that, she then moved on and got a much more streamlined model, which I have to say I really dig. I love this style a lot more than the first one. It looks much more bespoke and sharper in my opinion. I dig the outlines, I think the face is a lot nicer to look at, and I definitely think the colours are a better improvement overall than the first model. So she definitely hit it out of the park with this one. I also really enjoy its movement too. It's much more expressive and can move around a lot better than the first model can, which you always want in a VTuber model. You always want to be as expressive as possible. And of course this VTuber model would also get quite a lot of outfits to go along with them, and I quite like a lot of the outfits that she's chosen for this model too. I definitely think the better and overall more streamlined graphics really make the clothes a lot more aesthetically pleasing to look at. The second to last model, at least to my knowledge, is the one that's being featured on this thumbnail, and it is definitely the one that I imagine most of you think of whenever you picture Kitsunero in your head. The colours look their best in this version, and it's very recognisable for me. It's simple, effective, and it definitely gets the job done if you want a really good brand for a VTuber. So yeah, W model. But this is actually not the last model that she has. The last model that she currently has, to my knowledge, is another chibi one, and this one is specifically for Halloween. And I have to say this is definitely the best look overall for a chibi model that she's done. The addition of the black cloak contrasts amazingly with her colours. The pink and the black work perfectly together. I also really like the artwork that's done on the cloak too. Kinda reminds me of something out of Overwatch to be honest, but I'm really a fan. All in all, this model just works perfectly. It's definitely one of the better Halloween models that I've seen, and I think she should do more of these kind of models for seasonal events. I personally like to see what she'd do for Christmas and what she might do for something like Easter. So yeah, wow, that was a lot to discuss. Yeah, she's definitely been through a lot of transformations, a lot of different looks, and a lot of different models. But now, let's discuss her content. Kitsunero is sadly another VTuber who, in my opinion, gets unfairly hit with the React Slop label, and she gets it quite often from what I've personally heard. But yet again, I don't believe that she falls into this category. The thing is, Kitsunero does add enough input into the content for me to justify it and not consider it slop. She goes more into depth with her thoughts and opinions whenever she sees content.
How to forget a game? Like, is there a game you'd like to forget and play again? For me, that's Dark Souls 3. And Hollow Knight. For me, it's those two games mainly. Nier Automata 2. Like a year back, I went onto a freaking Dare Talks games rabbit hole. It was beautiful.
She's very pleasant to listen to, and there actually is a difference between watching the video on its own or watching her react to the video. The content experience is different enough.
Okay, doing that? Okay, I feel the strain on it. I do feel the strain on it. What the fuck is this? I literally just did it. Or do I need to do it in in a sudden movement? I'm not gonna do it in a sudden movement. I did feel the strain on it. That's okay.
So yeah, I do not believe that Kitsunero falls into the category of React Slop. She does plenty to justify its existence. I personally though can't watch all of her content. She does delve into content that is definitely considered divisive, But I don't care about that stuff, so I'm not covering it here. I want to cover the content that I actually do enjoy. And personally, I do like her reactions enough. I like them less for the comedic factor that you may find in other VTubers. What I personally enjoy is how real she is. Her reactions to stuff feels very genuine and not too over the top. You can really tell that she's taking in everything that she's watching. And she definitely works for those who are maybe a little bit tired with the saturation of the loud bubbly VTubers, because I know they're not for everybody. So I think that Kitsunero works perfectly for the crowds who prefer a more quiet and reserved VTuber. However, I would be doing a big disservice to her if I didn't mention her second channel, and she can get a little bit wild.
Remember what I always say, chat? Drink that juicy breast milk.
Yes!
Her second channel is where she can really get up to some fun stuff. She gets up to a lot more than just reactions on it, and while she does still do some reaction videos on that second channel, she plays a lot more games than she does react. I like it when she plays games with her fellow VTuber friends, and I really enjoy their vibe together. They can just get up to all sorts of funny shenanigans, and it's just a riot to enjoy. And she plays quite a variety of games as well, from Five Nights at Freddy's to Dispatch. I can't wait to see what she gets up to more in the future.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god!
Personally, I'd love to see her play the Telltale Walking Dead games, or any kind of Telltale games. I hope she's enjoying Dispatch, and I know those games are quite similar. So if she's into zombies, I think that would be definitely something up her alley. Unless of course she's already played it, because I know it's quite popular. She also has her stream highlights on there, and of course some other fun stuff like just playing random games with her friends. Oh, and one cool thing I want to mention as well, she actually did a cover song too. Now sadly I don't understand German, so I can't experience the song like how people who do understand the language will. But I love music, and I enjoy when people are just passionate enough to just get up and sing something they like. So I will always give credit to those who do that. So great work. All in all, I approve of Kitsunero's content for the most part. There's quite a bit there that I can enjoy, and some that's personally not for me. But hey, you can't like everything, so just be respectful and enjoy what you do like. It's quite simple really, and I don't know why people don't do that more. But those were my overall thoughts on Kitsunero's content. My final thoughts on Kitsunero is, she's good. I really enjoy her gaming content. I find her reaction videos to be good enough for me to put on whenever I'm gaming or editing. And even if some of her content may not be for everybody, as long as you remain respectful and enjoy what you can, I think she is worth checking out for sure. Overall, I give Kitsunero a firm pass in my eyes. You get a floof out of 10. But before we go, however, I want to give you all a massive thank you to everybody who's been supporting me. To be honest, I didn't think this series would be going anywhere, but the support has been absolutely outstanding. So I want to say thank you to everybody for your kind words, everybody who liked the videos, and your encouragement. Even though I will be pacing this series a little bit more, I will definitely be doing more of it. So definitely stay tuned if you enjoy this style of content. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to go and check out Kitsunero. Her links are down below if you want to go and support her. Thank you again, Kitsunero, for giving me permission to cover you, and for providing me the thumbnail image to use too. You're great, mate. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to become one of my disciples. Check the description if you want to join the Discord, and let me know what you think of the series so far. But for now, I'm Doc the Damned. I'll see you all later. Take care, my disciples.